Good day. Here are the stories for the Manila Times for Monday, January 11, 2021.
United States Democrats were readying an unprecedented second impeachment of Donald Trump, as the defiant president showed no signs of stepping down after the deadly violence at the Capitol. Democrats said impeachment proceedings could begin as early as Monday, an extraordinary acceleration of a process that historically has taken weeks, but one that might not be completed before President-elect Joe Biden is sworn into office on January 20. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi warned that Democrats would launch the process unless Trump resigns or Vice President Mike Pence invokes the 25th Amendment, where the cabinet removes the president. Pope Francis and Britain's Queen Elizabeth II have become the latest high-profile figures to join the global vaccination campaign against the coronavirus disease 2019 or COVID-19. As the United Kingdom reported, it had surpassed more than 3 million cases since the pandemic began more than a year ago. More than 1.9 million people worldwide have now died from the virus, with new variants adding to soaring cases and prompting the reintroduction of restrictions on movement across the globe, even as some countries begin mass inoculation campaigns. Pope Francis urged people to get the vaccination, calling opposition to the jab suicidal denial, and saying he would get inoculated against the virus himself next week when the Vatican would begin its campaign. Supreme Court Associate Justice Marvic Mario Victor Leonen has accepted the chairmanship of the 2021 bar examinations, a task that is expected to further slow down the disposition of the 981 cases long pending in his sala. According to the Manila Times sources in the High Court, Leonen should have thought twice before accepting the chairmanship, given the case backlog and the impeachment complaint he is facing at the House of Representatives. One Supreme Court justice who requested anonymity told the Manila Times that managing this year's tests for aspiring lawyers is going to be more challenging because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Divers pulled body parts, wreckage, and clothing from waters off Indonesia's capital Jakarta on Sunday, as the military picked up a signal from the wreckage of a passenger jet that crashed with 62 people on board. The Sriwijaya Air Boeing 737-500 went into a steep dive about 4 minutes after it left Soekarno-Hatta International Airport in Jakarta on Saturday afternoon. Authorities have pinpointed the location of 2 black boxes, referring to cockpit voice and flight data recorders that could help explain why the aircraft went down. Indonesia's President Joko Widodo expressed his deep condolences and called on citizens to pray together so that victims can be found. The Philippine Red Cross begins today its pilot saliva testing for COVID-19, a faster and cheaper way to detect infection. Former Health Secretary Dr. Paulino Bial, who is head of the PRC's molecular laboratory, on Sunday said the agency would do 1,000 saliva tests, the results of which would be submitted to the Department of Health as a part of requirements for its approval. Congress needs to remove restrictive economic provisions in the Constitution that prevent the country from being fully competitive with its Asian neighbors, Speaker Lord Alan Velasco said. In a statement on Sunday, Velasco said resolution of both Houses 2, or RBH 2, was conceptualized to do away with the restrictions. RBH 2 came to the fore amid the renewed interest in charter change in the House. Labor Undersecretary Joji Aragon died on Sunday, 3 weeks after contracting COVID-19. She was 58 years old. The Department of Labor and Employment said Aragon had cardiac arrest on Sunday morning. She was the head of the Advocacy, Productivity, and Legislative cluster of the department. Police officer John L. Nuesca, who shot dead a mother and her son in Tarlac, entered a not guilty plea during his arraignment and pre-trial at the Paniki Regional Trial Court Branch 106 on Friday. Central Luzon Police Chief Brigadier General Valeriano de Leon said Nuesca would be tried for 2 counts of murder for the killing of Sonia Gregorio and her son Frank Anthony. De Leon noted that Nuesca, whose killing of the Gregorios was witnessed by neighbors and caught on video, had been demoted to sergeant. De Leon said the next hearing on Nuesca's case would be held on February 4. In business, Smaller amortization expenses dragged the national government's debt payments in November last year by more than 87% compared to the servicing done a year ago, data released by the Bureau of the Treasury showed. Debt payments in November settled at 26.78 billion pesos, sliding by 87.92% from the 221.84 billion pesos posted a year ago. Over to sports, NLEX Roadwire star guard Kiefer Ravena and the all-amateur Gilas Pilipinas squad that competed in the November window of the FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers were the first to enter the Kalam bubble at the Inspire Sports Academy in Laguna. Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas Special Assistant to the President, Ryan Gregorio, announced the development on Sunday. Rigoberto Tiglao and Father Ranilio Aquino are today's front-page columnists. Tiglao continues to discuss the Communist Party of the Philippines' influence over the University of the Philippines, while Father Aquino thinks the world has fallen from a mutation of democracy. Today's editorial is about Pope Francis receiving of the vaccine against COVID-19. Read the full version on the paper's opinion section or listen to the voice of the Times. For more news and information, get a copy of the Manila Times on print, subscribe to its digital edition, or log on to www.manilatimes.net. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, and keep up with the Times. With the Fort Villa Seran, this is Eric John Sicua reporting. May you have a safe week ahead.